Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talker Story Class. Today, we are going to talk about something a little bit serious, but also very interesting and important when it comes to the history of movies. We all love watching films, right? We love seeing superheroes fly, cars race, and wizards cast spells. When we sit in a dark theater or watch a movie on our tablets, it feels like magic. We often forget that the people on the screen, the heroes and the villains, are real human beings doing a job. They are actors. And just like anyone else in real life, actors can get sick or have accidents. Today, we are going to discuss a topic that is a bit sad, but tells us a lot about how much people care about storytelling. We are going to look at what happens when an actor passes away or dies while they are still in the middle of making a movie. It's a very rare thing to happen, but when it does, it leaves the directors, the other actors, and the fans with a very big question. How do we finish the story and honor this person's memory at the same time? Let's start with a name that many of you might recognize if you like fast cars, Paul Walker. Paul was a major star in the Fast and Furious movies. He played Brian O'Connor, who was a really great driver and a hero in the story. In 2013, while they were right in the middle of filming Furious 7, Paul sadly passed away in a car accident. Now, this didn't happen on the movie set. It happened in his private life, but the movie wasn't finished yet. He had filmed a lot of his scenes, but not the ending. The people making the movie were heartbroken. They actually stopped everything for months to think about what to do. They didn't want to just cancel the movie because that would feel like erasing his hard work. So they used some really amazing technology. They used something called CGI, which stands for computer-generated imagery. They also asked Paul's two brothers, Caleb and Cody, to help. The brothers acted out the scenes, and then, using computers, the artists were able to put Paul's face over his brothers' faces. It was like a digital mask. This allowed them to give Paul Walker's character a beautiful goodbye at the end of the movie. If you've seen it, you know it's a very touching moment where his car drives off into the sunset. It was a way for his friends to say goodbye to him. Now, sometimes an actor is fighting a battle that nobody knows about. This brings us to Chadwick Boseman.
You almost certainly know him as King T'Challa, the Black Panther. Chadwick was a hero to millions of kids around the world. What makes his story so incredible and a little sad is that while he was filming movies, he was very sick with cancer. He didn't tell the public and he didn't tell his fans because he wanted to focus on his art and on inspiring people. Even though he was tired and in pain, he gave an amazing performance. When he died, the world was shocked because he looked so strong on screen. The filmmakers of the Black Panther sequel had a very hard choice to make. They decided not to use a computer to recreate him, and they decided not to hire a different actor to play T'Challa. They felt that Chadwick was the only one who could play that role. Instead, they changed the story of the second movie to be about missing him and honoring his legacy. It teaches us that sometimes the bravest thing an actor does happens when the cameras aren't even rolling. We also have to talk about safety. Movie sets are usually very safe places. There are strict rules to make sure nobody gets hurt. The actor's name was Brandon Lee. He was the son of the famous martial artist Bruce Lee. They are supposed to be fake. Sadly, during the filming of a scene, a prop that was supposed to be safe malfunctioned. It was a mistake with how the prop was prepared, and Brandon Lee was hurt very badly and passed away. It was a tragedy that broke everyone's hearts. However, because of that accident, the rules for movie safety changed forever. Now, there are even stricter checks on every single prop to make sure that never happens again. So, in a way, Brandon Lee's legacy is that he made acting safer for everyone who came after him. Finally, I want to mention Carrie Fisher. She played one of the most famous characters in history, Princess Leia, and later General Leia in Star Wars. But unlike Paul Walker, they didn't use computer graphics to create a fake version of her. J. Abrams remembered that they had filmed a lot of scenes for the previous movie, The Force Awakens, that they never used. It's like when you write a long story and then erase a few sentences because they don't fit, but you keep them on a scrap of paper. They took those unused clips of Carrie Fisher and wrote the new movie around them. They changed the script so that the other characters would say things that fit with what Leia was saying in those old clips.
It was like putting together a giant puzzle to make sure she could be the hero one last time. So, why do we talk about this? It's not to be scary or sad. It's to understand that movies are a team effort. When an actor passes away, the show doesn't always go on just to make money. Often, it goes on because the directors and other actors want to finish the final piece of art that their friend created. They use technology, clever writing, and careful planning to make sure that the actor's final work is seen by the world. It preserves their memory. It means that, even though they are gone, we can still see them smile, hear them speak, and watch them be heroes. And that is a pretty magical way to be remembered. Thanks for listening today, and I will catch up with you in another story